Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Superman Lois Retrospective episode. I actually don't know what episode it is, but it's season 2, episode 9, titled 30 Days and 30 Nights, aka how long it's been since we recorded an episode of the show.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah?
Jesus, I have not been putting episode numbers on.
It feels like it. It should be easy to do because like season 1 had 15. This season in total has 15, so that math should be easy.
Yeah, it's episode, what, 23, 24?
4, I think. Yeah. I can math, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. I really enjoyed this episode. I feel like Darren's over there like, all right, time for me to hate again.
No, I love this episode. This actually might be my favorite episode of season 2.
Episode 20.
20? Okay.
This would be 20.
Because we probably combined some, which is why.
Yeah.
Together, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, plus the live stream too, so.
Yeah, this would be 20. Yeah.
At the time, I remember thinking,
we combined season 2, 1 through 3. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I remember when this episode aired thinking, this is the closest we're ever going to get to Death of Superman.
True. We did think that.
It's low-key kind of a little bit more Death of Superman feeling than the actual Death of Superman arc we get. Because it feels like you have the Superboy, you have the Seal having to take over for Superman while he's gone. And everyone, and Lois kind of doing her little grieving arc of just like not knowing if he'll ever come back, kind of thing.
The whole impact of him not having to be, of him not being there, everybody else, stepping up, and it was actually a big reason why there was such a long break between this episode and the next one, is because so like for this episode we know that Tyler was only in like 2 scenes. Like one at the beginning and one at the end. But then Bitsy Tulloch got COVID right around this time. So they had nothing to shoot for like 2-3 weeks. So that was a whole big thing as to why there was a break between this episode and the next one, because this episode is kind of Lois heavy. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that's a reason I'm enjoying this season more on rewatch for sure, because we don't have all those COVID breaks we got in season 2, which really hurt season 2, I thought. Yeah. I thought that really harmed it having to be like, because like they had it like set in like 3 different spots. They had like Supergirl start the season, then Superman and Lois like took over, and then Supergirl ended its season, and then Superman and Lois came. It was like a back and forth thing they did.
And that was really last season, right? That was the last season, right, of Supergirl?
Supergirl season 6, yeah. Which it hurt leaving Superman and Lois to go into what's arguably the worst Supergirl season that they ever made.
Yeah.
That was
no touching without consent.
That was a rough season of Supergirl, but
don't touch me without consent.
Anyway, but no, I like this episode a lot. You saw, I think my favorite part of the episode is arguably the John Henry storyline with him in that. That one got some emotions out of me. Holy crap! Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
You're about to go into something.
No, I agree. I think John Henry. I think this episode does kind of show. I'd be like, yeah, I'd watch a John Henry show. Like, I think he can kind of hold the hero gauntlet on his own. Him and Natalie together, I think, work very well.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
I really like the arguments back and forth of like, is it grieving? Like, is it okay to move on after grieving? Like, Natalie has not gone through the grieving process that John had went through, and so they are on different paths of their grieving journey, of their 5 stages of grief, and so it can kind of be hard when you see someone who has gone through the same loss as you but are experiencing it differently. It can be like, well, why aren't you feeling the same way I'm feeling? You should also be this way. But I really liked the scene where he's like, well, you didn't see me well, like through season 1. Like you didn't see where I was and what to me. I was not in a good place, and I don't want you to be in that same place. I thought that stuff was fantastic.
Oh yeah, and I like the resolution when he's like, like I tried to like put this pain away, and I put this pain behind me, but that's no reason to forget your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that stuff I really did like a lot, and it's that little stuff, those little details, where at first she like freaks out over the waffles, and then you're like, wait, what's going on? And then the little dots, start connecting. That just tells you how detail oriented they are when writing this stuff. And
I
like
will
that
say though, her waffles look better than Iris's pancakes.
I imagine they probably taste better too.
Yeah.
But another thing that I loved about like that whole little scene at the election pep rally for Lana, I guess, is when Sarah's like, "Oh, we should honor your mom, yada yada yada. I just need a picture of her." And like,
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, awkward, but really good story.
Very awkward, but yeah, really good.
It would have been funny if like she forgot for a second. It's like, oh yeah, sure. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Did they ever? I can't remember. Did Sarah ever like find out that a version of Lois was her mom? Did they ever?
Once
really
she found out
that?
the truth, I don't think it was ever really addressed. I think that once Sarah and everybody,
she found
once
out.
they found out the truth, they're like, okay, yeah, we can let them in on everything, because I mean, I find it hard to believe that Lana would end up marrying a man that she doesn't know is from an alternate Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I think they said like throughout the whole season 3 arc, whenever like the stuff with him in Mannheim, I'm pretty sure Lana is in on some of that. So, but anyway, that's a pivot.
It just hit me that both of Lana's main love interests dated Lois at one point in time. Right? Both Clark and...
Oh, I was like, when the hell did Kyle date Lois?
Oh, no, sorry. Clark and, like, both, like, two of the people she's dated also dated Lois.
Yeah. But, like, for a second, I had Kyle on the brain. I'm like,
sorry,
what?
yeah. Kyle was the main love interest. I'm sorry, yeah.
Speaking of Kyle, you can see he was kind of in rough shape this episode, which, like, I don't always like his character this season, especially, but I'm like, I kind of get it though. Like, I get it. Like, he's in rough shape, and whenever you've gone through something like that, it can turn you into a recluse, like just somebody who just doesn't care about their living situation. And despite everything Sarah was processing in this episode too, and where that eventually goes, you can tell that she's like, wanting to still be there for her dad.
I thought it was a really good... I think it's kind of a side of cheating, actually, we don't see a lot in media, is the other side of it. Like, not to defend cheating in any way, shape, or form, but it's interesting seeing the child's perspective on the cheating partner, where Sarah's clearly not happy with her dad, right? Like, what he did was obviously such a hard thing for her, but also it's still her dad, and she still wants her dad to be okay and, move on and be okay. And I thought it was very smart to be like, well, I'm not gonna be here long, things are gonna go back to normal, things are gonna be okay, and it has to be a moment of like, I don't think that's happening for you. I don't think you have to move on under the assumption that this is not going to fix itself, and that you have to especially since we are sprinkling the seeds of John Henry Irons and Lana this week.
Yeah.
Which I didn't remember it happened this early. Like, I thought that was only a season 3 thing, and I was like, oh yeah, they were sprinkling it in as early as midway through season 2.
Yeah.
So
at first I thought that it happened after the other seeds got planted with Kyle. That's a really bad choice of words, but you know what I mean. Like I thought it was happening kind of after that.
Yeah.
Did they explain what happened? Like why the fire turned into the twin?
I was wondering that
tornadoes?
Too. I don't think they do.
What part?
The fire tornado things that was hunting Kyle.
I thought it was like a meta or something at
Yeah,
first. And then,
same.
like
It's
back
Heatwave or
then,
some shit.
and rewatching, I'm like, they never explain this.
No, they don't. I don't think they
No,
do.
yeah, I don't remember any explanation.
I wonder if it was like a cut plot line or something.
Maybe.
So funny because like he does his whole thing of like it wasn't human, like it wasn't natural. I'm like, okay, like is it like a weather witch kind of shit? I don't know.
Yeah,
You know, I would have thought that until we get to the end of the season.
yeah. And there's even more shit in the next episode. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm trying to think. We got the whole Jordan storyline this season too, or this not this season, this episode.
Is there a lawnmower running somewhere?
I hear some kind of buzzing sound, but I'm not sure what it is.
My window's open, so it could be me.
Oh, it's not here.
Oh, look at Darren getting it. Is it hot out there?
Yeah, it's like 70 degrees today.
Is there somebody else out cutting grass?
It's about the same here.
I don't think so. Could just be like a truck. I don't know.
So you just got your window open? Are you inviting the woodland creatures to come in and have a Disney moment?
I have a screen in my window, so they can't get in.
All right.
I'm coming to your house, Darren.
But no, I like the whole Jordan stuff this episode too, where like Sam is trying to, train him to be like not obviously a replacement Superman, and he even admits that. Sam's like, I know he's not Superman, but right now he's the best we've got.
Yeah.
And Lois, you can clearly tell she doesn't want to do that. I love one of the lines later when they're captive, and Sam's like, we need to activate Jordan. Lois goes, we are not activating my son. I was like, for some reason, I just found that line really funny.
Yeah. This episode...
I felt as if Lois was doing a little bit too much, but at the same time, I get it. I'm like, rather y'all be tied up than let Jordan come in and knock some people out. And in this instance, he unlocked like slowing down. Because his super speed was already unlocked, but I guess he unlocked another stage.
Well, he flied for the first time this episode too.
Yeah, I think like he was already fast. I think he just, to quote Barry, got faster.
Oh, I thought she was about to say he leveled up.
Oh,
I think it's a situation where you kind of just have to like, when you need it the most, it will come to you. Which we see a lot in these Arrowverse shows, where it's like Barry doesn't know how to do shit until he literally has to, and then he gets it.
Yeah, this one does it in the moment.
I will say, I do think this episode kind of works a little bit more for me now that we know it's not set in the Arrowverse, because at the time I was like, okay, where's Kara? Where's Barry? Like, why aren't some of these other heroes stepping up and helping out, right?
Right.
Obviously,
like why is Argus not involved in this?
Yeah, and so I think it works a lot better when we know Jordan is literally the only hero left in the world, and like he literally has to step up. There's no one else that can do the job. It's very like.
Well, I mean, you got Steel doing some stuff,
sure,
too, like him saving the plane, which great montage, by the way, of him, like doing the Superman saves. Near the beginning.
It's very like Invincible coded when like Omni-Man leaves Earth. It's like, okay, who else is here has to do it, or we're fucked. Like this is all we have left. So I thought, and again, Steel was fantastic. Like the shot when he's like in the fire and he's telling Jordan to go, like that looks fantastic. The Jordan fight scene at the end too is like looks really good for like a CW show. Like when he comes in and he does his freeze breath thing and breaks it, I was like, that looks like it could be like
freezes the entire dude solid. I was like, oh, that's cool. That was awesome.
For like a CW show, it looks fantastic. It looks great.
Another shot that stood out to me in this episode too is the beginning one where Clark's like going really fast in a circle and then goes through the wormhole into the other world.
Sure.
That looked awesome. The way it like ripped into his suit, and you're like, oh my god, what happened? Which, small side note, I just love that little moment where like just because it's like I think the only moment you get in this episode between them, like you just see Clark and Lois laying there, and then he wakes up, he's like, oh crap, and then you just see him go. But it makes these characters again just more real, more believable that the superheroics are intercut with moments like that, and I think Lance has got a really bad itch right now.
Yeah. Darren's picture is hilarious. Uh,
Oh
I
God.
I loved how the lady was just like, gonna go in there in that suit. It's
Yeah.
just moments like that where I just wanted like how like that just reminded me of like the Flash in season 3 when when Albert I mean when Desmond
Ju-
what was
Julian.
Julian well, I mean
Desmond.
his
That's a
name was
lost
Julian
character.
his name was Julian Albert Desmond.
Oh, okay.
That was his full name. That
Was
was
it?
his full.
I don't remember the Desmond shit.
It was it was Albert Desmond
Okay, well,
Penny's
whatever.
coat.
because that's the real cicada. So they had to combine the full name. I mean, not cicada. That was the full Dr.
Let's
Alchemy.
just making shit up at this point.
I was about to say cicada. The real cicada is David Hirsch.
Yeah, no, that was the real Dr. Alchemy. So they like made his name something.
Okay.
You know how Todd Helbing just like to make up stuff off the seat of his pants. But
Oh, you
it
mean
reminded
like
me.
You
Yeah,
mean like the fire shit in this episode?
yeah. So
Mhm.
it in that moment it made me think about when like Clark should have just like knocked her out when she was just talking all that stuff. Like Barry
Yeah.
knocked out like when Barry knocked out Julian where he kept trying to tell him to arrest Caitlin when she was Killer Frost in that moment and he just like gave him a super speed jab to the face. He didn't punch him
Yeah.
hard enough to kill him. He just punched him hard enough to go to sleep. I feel as if Clark could have like just pushed her to the side, like you sitting here talking stuff. Like
Yeah.
what are we doing? Also, did you guys notice I'm
Yeah.
wearing a different pair of glasses? I got new glasses. I
Oh,
got two
nice.
new pairs.
Very nice.
Remember when my glasses broke on Party Nation? That was hilarious.
Yep. But no, Darren, I know you said that you don't like a lot of the Jonathan stuff this season. I really do like where these 2 episodes go with them, especially
Yeah.
this one where he's, like being really encouraging to his brother. He's like, "Holy
Yeah.
crap, you flew! It doesn't matter if it was a few feet, you still flew." I'm like, see,
Yeah.
that's the Jonathan stuff that I love. Like
It's very season
before-
1 Jonathan. Yeah.
before what happens to him in season 4, these are the Jonathan moments that I really like.
And I don't think I really appreciated the cliffhanger of this episode in real time.
Oh yeah, because
mainly
it was like a month break.
that, and also shout out to Canada Graphs. We knew about it like 2 months before it happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we were dissecting those photos. I think one of my early memories of Lance is you on not Party Nation, After Party, Lance talking about that leaked Jonathan costume.
Yeah.
Which was fun, of course, but like I don't think I appreciated how crazy it was. It would have been if you knew nothing going in, being like,
Yeah.
holy shit, it's an alternate Jonathan with the classic
Yeah.
Superboy costume,
Yeah.
and he has powers, and like,
Yeah. Which
Again, like I keep saying, like that's why this season always means a lot to me because a lot of those moments I can always tie back to, that's when my literally around that time, that's when I saw that suit leak, that's when I saw like that's the day that my mother-in-law was transitioning. So like I can always tie this season, rewatching this season always brings me back to that moment because that was a very, very dark time. But having this show on at the time did make stuff a lot easier.
Yeah. And Darren, I know, again, to tie back to some of those Jonathan scenes, we finally get like the payoff to Jonathan being not so likable this season.
Yeah.
We kind of get the conclusion of that in 2 really good scenes, in my opinion, where, like before it's revealed who it is, Jonathan's like, "You'll protect them," and then Sam's like, "I'll have the entire DOD to protect them." And then whenever, eventually Candace is brought in, you can tell Lois is like not trying to be super hard on her, but she's also not happy, and like her reporter side and mother side is coming out. And I forget, was it in this episode where she's like I always protect my sources, and then they're like, yeah, she has. She's been doing this a long time. And then
Yeah.
one of them's like, yeah, plus our granddad here like runs the DOD. Was that this episode?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like just those little moments I just still really like.
There's a lot of great Lois and Sam moments this episode. I really love the moment. Might be one of the funniest moments of the whole show is when like Lois is like, Dad, stop like trying to undo the ties. That's a blah 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 knot and not a blah blah knot. If you do this knot, it would be different. Blah blah blah. It's like, how many times have you been tied up, Lois? What the hell?
And then she's like, it's better that you don't know that.
It's such a good little lore moment to like make the world feel bigger and show that Lois has been doing this shit for 20 years. Like she has been getting tied up and being kidnapped probably almost her whole career at this point. Which is so funny. It's such a great Lois moment.
And I mean, even though like she's been doing it that long, she still has those moments of vulnerability, like when she just breaks down because she's worried about Clark and Sam's right there. Love those moments too.
And that's also a great Sam moment of just being like, he has so much faith that Superman will pull through. He's like, no, he's fine. It's freaking Superman. Like, he's going to be fine. And
Sam, that's the thing I love about Sam. He always believed, despite whatever preface he may have given off, to the very end, he believed Clark was going to come back.
Mm-hmm. This is like, I don't care if it's not like a lore accurate Sam. This is the best Sam Lane. I don't give a shit. Like,
I think so too.
I get they didn't go super deep into his comic stuff, and I know some people that are super into it were kind of upset about that. But I'm like, I think if it's improved upon, I don't give a shit.
I mean, like like Supergirl's Sam Lane was arguably more comic accurate, and you saw how much worse it was.
I've never cared about Sam Lane until this show. Like, they actually made me care for him as a character.
Yeah.
Opposed to just being like, all right, it's Sam Lane. He's after Superman again.
Sam is up there with your Quentin Lance and Joe West as far as like quote unquote Arrowverse dads, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's great. He's fantastic.
I think that pretty much covers this episode.
Yeah, I want to touch on the Sarah and Jordan stuff just a little bit, because I think this marks the end of their relationship era. And I remember at the time I always assumed they would have gotten back together, and I think they teased it. Like, I know they had conversations about doing it in later seasons, but ultimately this is the end of their era as a relationship, and going forward they are either exes or friends. So rest in peace, the dream, for any Sarah and Jonathan or Jordan shippers out there.
Yeah. But even still, like I think especially by the time you get to the end of the series, it's clear that Sarah was his Lana.
Yes.
And I think that kind of served to ultimately be at the betterment of both of those characters, because like they weren't like in a relationship anymore, and you can see, especially like into season 3, that Sarah wasn't afraid to call Jordan out on his bull whenever it came down to it.
And I think she handled it very well too. Like, when he shows up, it's not like, what the fuck, where were you, you piece of shit. Like, she came in like, hey, are you okay, what's going on?
And you can tell he wants to tell her so bad.
Just talk to me. And I think from Sarah's POV, she has every right in the world to dump Jordan here. Like, as sad as it is, it's like, well, you're actively lying for me. You're not showing up when I need to. You're kind of disrespecting my trust and how much I'm putting into this relationship. So if you are not willing to put me first in this situation, I think I deserve better than that. I deserve more, especially with what she's gone through this season with her parents, and she's seen what a untrustful relationship looks like firsthand.
Yeah,
Darren, I'm willing to put you first. I'll put you first.
Thanks, baby.
Said that way too quickly.
I wanted to see what his face was.
No, like that whole thing. I don't know. That one comment Kyle made about it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Can we wait before we get done? Can we talk about how like Kyle's just sitting in his house? I don't need help, like, because you're ashamed because of the way your apartment looks, but you're actively bleeding out, bro. Like,
I mean, there's one Kyle moment.
It wasn't a little blood; it was a lot.
Yeah. But there was a Kyle moment in this episode that kind of irritated me when after Sarah did break up with Jordan, she goes there and Kyle's like, or no, I think it was before, And he's like, that boy should be like lucky to consider he's dating my daughter. I'm like, I get what you're trying to say, but coming from you right now, that is not the best thing.
But even like there's that line of just like, I know I don't have a lot of room to talk, but you're still my baby girl, and I am still going to feel this way about you. So like I think he knows he doesn't have a right to say it, but he's still going to anyway. But again, Kyle is a very flawed character, and I think that's kind of why I enjoy his character, is because he is so flawed and he is so. Do we do the Kyle thing this season, or is that next season? Like when he finds out about Clark. Is that?
Oh, that's season 3.
Is that season 3?
With him and Clark?
Yeah, like when he finds out about Clark.
Yeah, that's towards the end of season 3.
Okay. But Lana and Sarah is this season then.
Yeah. Okay. In fact, Lana is in like a couple episodes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have 3 left of the whole season, I think. After next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this season has 15, just like season 1.
Oh, does it have 15? I thought I had 13.
That's season 3.
Oh, okay.
Because it goes 15, 15, 13, and then 10.
10. Okay. All right. Well, ignore me.
But yeah, Kyle's like the last main character to know.
What about Sophie?
What about her?
I said main character.
Does Sophie know?
I don't think so.
I mean, at a certain point, everybody does.
That's true. I guess that's true.
So I would assume at that point, yes.
Right.
I think that's it for this episode.
I think that's it.
Yeah, really good one in my opinion.
Very good one.
I started getting emotional when towards again, just to say it, that ending scene with John started to crush me.
Oh,
where he's like breaking down over looking at the camera of Lois, like the video of them.
Oh,
which
yeah.
Insanely good camera quality, by the way. Insanely.
I thought you meant Sam or the other John. I was like, wait, what John moment? Okay.
No. When he's like breaking down over Lois in the end, I was like, damn it! Oh,
it's a very sweet moment of just like the two of them being like, yeah, we're gonna make the best of today and honor her in the best way we can.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for watching. We have 20 other episodes of this if y'all want to catch up to where we were and follow along. And as we approach the ending of season 2,
be prepared for some ranting.
Yeah, I'm already starting to get some of that PTSD from the endings of season 2 and how I felt towards the end of the season. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. Very well. Oh, check out these guys.